Hello and welcome to the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center. My name is Issachar Bey. I am the spiritual director and the founder of this great metaphysical community that we have here. And I'm delighted that you're tuning in to be a part of this teaching again today. If this is your first time, please like, share, subscribe to our channel. Also put in your city and state or country that you are listening from. We are extremely delighted and definitely glad that you are taking the time out of your schedule to be a part, to also listen to this teaching. If you're listening to the broadcast, please do the same. Please like, share, and also subscribe to this channel. And also, if you feel like this teaching, the things that we discuss on this channel are benefiting you or will benefit people in your family, your friends, please share this particular teaching, this channel to your friends. We would greatly appreciate it. I want to welcome you to this series that we are continuing to connect with, which is the Mental Resurrection, Unleashing the Mental Alchemist Within. And we are working on the 9 levels of mental ascension. And today we will be moving up a higher level to level 4. I'm excited about it. I think that this is going to be a good one. And I hope that you guys had a phenomenal week. We're entering into getting ready to pretty much get out of February and move into March. March will be here before you know it. And so this year is definitely flying. It's definitely moving. I hope that all of you are still operating in purpose, that you are moving and creating your own reality and being able to pull in and magnetize the situations, the experiences, and the circumstances that you want to experience. Before we get started, I always take this time to get centered, to find a place where we can connect with divine mind, where we can center ourselves in a simple quietness and allow the words that I speak to run through your mind and to really take a hold of your consciousness and begin to elevate and begin to transcend us to another level, a level that we have never seen before, so that our ears can hear what we've never heard, our eyes can see what we've never seen before, but that we can also experience something new because of this day, this new day that we've never seen before, that we've never had an encounter with. And so I believe that we will be able to remove all doubts, all fears, and embrace this mental ascension that we all are elevating on. If we can for a moment, just take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Again, take a deep breath. Inhale and again, exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. In this sacred moment of divine connection, I recognize the presence of the one infinite mind, the source of all creation. I acknowledge the power and wisdom that flows through me and all beings, as we are expressions of divine intelligence. In this awareness, I affirm and declare the truth of mental ascension in connection with level 4. I know that mental ascension is the pathway to awakening the dormant potential within. It is the process of transcending limited beliefs and expanding the boundaries of consciousness. In this moment, I align my thoughts and intentions with the energy of level 4, embracing stability, structure, and manifestation. I recognize that my mind is a powerful tool, capable of shaping my reality. I constantly choose to engage in mental ascension, cultivating a focused and disciplined mindset. I release any thoughts or beliefs that no longer serve my highest good, and I replace them with empowering thoughts aligned with my true desires. As I embark on this journey of mental alchemy, I understand that patience and perseverance are essential companions. I remain steadfast in my commitment to transform my thoughts and beliefs, knowing that change takes time. I trust in the process, for just as a solid structure is built brick by brick, my mental ascension unfolds step by step. I embrace the practicality and realism that level 4 brings to my mental ascension journey. I consider the practical steps needed to manifest my desires, integrating my imagination with a grounded approach. I trust that as I align my thoughts with the energy of level 4, I am guided towards practical solutions and opportunities for growth and manifestation. I honor the balance of the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, within me. I seek harmony in all aspects of my being, recognizing that my mental ascension journey is intertwined within my physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. I allow the energy of these elements to flow through me, supporting and nurturing my growth and transformation. With gratitude and deep reverence, I surrender to the divine mind, knowing that it guides and supports me on my path of mental ascension. I trust that as I align with the energy of level 4, I am in perfect harmony with the universal flow of abundance, stability, and manifestation. I release this spiritual mind treatment into the law, knowing that it is already done. I surrender any doubts or fears, and I embrace the truth of my mental ascension in connection with level 4. I am a spiritual alchemist, a conscious creator of my reality. I am grounded, focused, and disciplined in my thoughts and intentions. I manifest my desires with clarity, patience, and unwavering determination. And so it is, and so it is. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this teaching today. If this is your first time coming in, please, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. Also, throughout the teaching, if you want to make comments, if you want to add anything or inside of the chat, please feel free to go ahead and post in the chat and to engage. If you want to, anything that you want to do in the midst of the teaching, feel free. We here at the Temple of Enlightenment International Spiritual Center was designed to lift consciousness, to elevate, to get you to that next level, to get you to the place that you wanted to become. We're moving up from level 3 to level 4. Now, I want to say this in the beginning. Every time we move up to a different level of mental ascension, we're not forgetting the levels that we passed. So those levels are also going to be with us as we move to level 4. This level will be a little bit challenging as we're going to get into it and see. But I think that it's one of the most, if not one of the most important levels that we definitely need to encounter, that we need to experience in our mental ascension journey. These levels as we go to a higher level, we're learning a new level of ourselves. We're getting tools, we're getting precepts, we're getting golden nuggets that we can apply to our lives immediately that can change, that can edify, that can definitely shift us and upgrade us to a whole nother level. We embark on a journey of mystical revelation because we want revelation. Revelation is the knowledge and wisdom out of the text, out of the text that we are studying, out of the what I would call our revelation would be out of our teaching subject, out of our series of what we are embarking on. But when we embark on that journey of mystical revelation, delving into the sacred realm of mental ascension, its profound connection to our lives. Level 4 emerges as a guiding light, illuminating the path of higher consciousness. Now, I'll just say this real quickly. On level 4 is a level that deals with organization and practicality, and also putting things in perspective, prioritizing. And so what happens is this is a very important level because I believe that this level that we on will set the stage for how your life begins to unfold. This is a very sacred level because in your practicality, in your prioritizing, you're now at a place where you have to discover what exactly am I going to prioritize? What's the most important thing to me in my life right now? Is it money? Is it my health? Is it my spouse? Is it finding a spouse? Is it finding to make more money? Is it becoming an entrepreneur? Is it buying a house, buying a car? This is the time. This is the place where you begin to prioritize. Now, level 4 has to do with stability, has to do with discipline, right? It has to do with discipline. It has to do with structure. Those of you that are listening, go ahead and write that word in the comments, in the chat. Write the word structure, because the word structure is a very intricate word. Because I'm more than sure that everybody that's listening to this, you want your life to have some kind of structure, and you don't want your life to be all over the place. You don't want your life to be chaotic. And so in order to have that kind of a life that has organization and structure in it, it starts from here, level 4. In the cosmic symphony of mental ascension, level 4 dances with grace while whispering secrets of stability, organization, and practicality. Now, when I say practicality, I understand that the number 4 could represent the 4 elements. But the number 4 could also represent north, south, east, and west. The number 4 could also represent the 4 seasons that we go into. And so we'll talk about those in a little while. But what I wanted to get into, when we see the word practicality, what that means now is that we're getting to a place now where we are going to start maneuvering things consciously with structure, with organization. This is a very sensitive level, because at this level, sometimes it can become very overwhelming, because once again, we're carrying 1, 2, and 3. We're walking from 1, 2 to 3, and now we're including 4. It is the cornerstone upon which our mental edifice is built. A steadfast pillar that supports our quest for enlightenment. Listen, we're at a level now where we're getting the structure. This, you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is how Spirit gave this to me. Level 4 reminds me of the Bible when it says, "Let us make man in our image and in our likeness." But then later on, now if you understand later on, God, he says that, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness." But then later on, he takes the dust from the ground and he forms man and breathes into it the breath of life. So what we see here is in the beginning, he talks about, "Let us make man in our image and our likeness." It was almost like if he created the blueprint. If we created an outline, a master blueprint, and then after creating the blueprint, he physically formed man. That's where we are today. We are in the place now where we're going to create the blueprint, but we're also going to form man and breathe into him the breath of life. Like the ancient pyramids that rise majestically from the earth, level 4 urges us to erect a solid foundation for our intellectual pursuits. We're at a level now where we realize and know that everything we do spiritually is going to have a physical connotation. Everything we do at this realm is going to, at some point, have a physical connotation. For every action, there's a reaction, right? And so, whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. So, whatever it is that we are handling or doing on this intellectual level of 4 will give us the physical ramifications. In the realm of the mind, mental ascension is not fleeting. It's not a fleeting flight of fancy. It's not a just coasted and we don't have any care in the world and everything just works out automatically. That's not what this is about. This is a sacred pilgrimage of the soul. Level 4 is almost as a wise sage that reminds us of the discipline and focus required to ascend the lofty peaks of knowledge. It beckons us to embrace the virtue of diligence, to toil diligently in the fields of wisdom, nurturing the seeds of understanding until they blossom into profound insight. Let us not forget the practical aspects of our intellectual journey. Level 4 is like a beacon of practicality and imploring us to bridge the gap between knowledge and action. As I said earlier, he said, "Let us make man in our own image." Created he them, and he created them. But then later on, he takes the dust from the ground and forms man, and then breathes into him the breath of life. We've created the blueprint. We've created everything on the spiritual connotation, but we realize that at this point now, we're putting organization, structure, priority in this level now, because we understand at this level that what I do at this level will be in retrospect to the physical connotation that will happen in my life. For what good is enlightenment if it remains confined to the chambers of our mind? One of the things that we talked about in the beginning of the reason why you were born to serve humanity. You were born with the gift and the talent to serve humanity. What good is it for the enlightenment that you receive, that you encounter, to remain confined in your mind? That's not what it was for. You're supposed to get out of the audience and get on stage and begin to serve humanity. Let us embody the teachings we encounter, integrating them in the very fabric of our existence. Everything that you connect with needs to be embodied, needs to be integrated as almost as a fabric, like as if you are wearing it or you're becoming it. Through the alchemy of practice, we transform knowledge into tangible manifestations of wisdom. As we embark on this sacred journey, let us remember the lessons of the earth. Level 4 is intimately linked to the element of stability. This is very important, my friends. I want you to write the word in the comments, stability. What does stability mean to you? Because everybody that's listening to me, that word stability means something different. For some people, it may have a roof over their head, food on the table, clothes on your back. For some, it may mean to have a job. For some, it may mean to have a certain amount of money in the bank account. For some, it may mean to have a spouse or a husband or a wife. For some, everybody's definition of what stability means to them. This is important because at this level, your stability will be predicated upon what you believe stability is. And you have to realize this. If you don't realize anything else, stability is always an intangible priority. The car, the house, the job, the money in the bank, those are byproducts of stability. But if you lose those things, because we know that whatever is tangible is temporary, but that which is intangible is eternal. So I'm not going to be caught up with having my mind think that stability is going to be connected into physical things. But I understand that my stability is intangible. Just as the earth anchors the mighty oak tree, you must remain grounded in your pursuit of mental ascension. Let us not seek balance, drawing strength from practical aspects of life while reaching ever higher towards the realms of knowledge. Let's not try to use knowledge, go for strength, go for wisdom. We want total harmony. In the realm of the mystical teachings, level 4 reveals that its true essence is the cosmic code woven into the fabric of the universe, guiding us towards the realization of our highest potential. Through discipline, organization, and practical application. See, if you're going to get stability in life, it's going to take some organization and it's going to take structure. Because those things are, those are, I would say, the pillars that you need to stand on when we talk about stability. The discipline to control your thoughts. The discipline to not allow your thoughts to control you, but you to control them. Your organization skills. How organized are your thoughts? Understand, everything that's going on in your physical life right now is a direct reflection of what's going on in your mind. If you don't have the organization skills that you are tapping into or embracing or reaching out to embrace, it automatically shows in your life. And so many try to hide it. They try to hide the fact that their life is out of control. They try to hide the fact that they have no discipline. They try to hide the fact that their life is unstable. So we put a facade on. We do certain things to put a camouflage so that we can make others think that we have everything all together and that everything is going wonderful. Meanwhile, we're not doing well. We're unstable. We're unorganized. And it will show in your life. Why? You never get out of life what you are. You never get out of life what you want. You will only get out of life what you become. So if you are unorganized, undisciplined, unstable, you will start magnetizing that into your life. And people will look at you and says, wow, I don't know what happened to, I don't know what happened to her. It seems like her life was going so well and then everything is just falling apart. Life is not falling apart. She fell apart inwardly. We're on level 4. We are walking mirrors. This is the level where you take ownership and you begin to work with organizing your mindset, organizing your life. Start to look at your life from a perspective of organization. And how can I organize my life? How can I put more structure and discipline in my life? Why? Because structure and discipline get you to certain places. They allow you to benefit, and they also help you to reach your goals, your destinations, your plateaus, the things that you want to manifest. They help you get there. When we unlock the sacred doorways to enlightenment, ascending the celestial ladder of consciousness. So when you're walking through the doorway of enlightenment means to enlighten somebody who's been in darkness, somebody who's been mentally dead, and now you are coming into this teaching. You found this guy on YouTube, and he's talking about mental resurrection, and so now you're at a place now where the light is beginning to shine, and you're starting to see that, wait a minute, there's so many things that I can do here. That life is there's so much more life. Because see, when you live in darkness, you can't see anything. But once you have become enlightened, it's almost like a new world has opened up to you, because now you can see your potential. You can see how your life transcends, how your life begins to unfold. And you begin to see these things in a great way. When we define level 4 of mental ascension, one of the things that I look at is the word knowledge, right? And knowledge, there's an old saying that says, if it does not determine action, it's dead and useless, which means, as I said before, it's not enough to learn this stuff. It's not enough to come on every Sunday, listen to this, because by you listening to this, it doesn't give you any power. So what it means when it says, if it does not determine action, is dead and useless, which actually means applied knowledge is power. When you take the action of applying it to your life, to say, you know what, I got to get organized. I need to find some kind of structure in my life. Do you know how important structure and organization is in your entire life? Because structure and organization will benefit you in every aspect of your life, in your finances, in your health. It'll work with maybe what are you eating? Maybe that's not good for you, dieting. In the financial realm, what are you doing with your money? Are you wasting your money? Are you using your money frivolously? Are you doing the right things that you need to do? Structure, organization, something that's very vital at this level that we are in. I also believe that at this level, you wanna kind of know what's important to you at this level. We're on level 4. You should be very focusing on what's the most important thing in your life that you need to do, that you need to have, that you need to be, that's what we need to focus on this level. Because this level is really about being. This level is about, I think that, if people find it very difficult to do some of the things that I'm talking about as far as the organization, the discipline, the stability, it comes with working on it every day. Nothing happens overnight. The longer you work on it, the longer you connect with it, the longer you begin to start organizing and writing things down and putting things in perspective. And you start to become the very things that you want to manifest. It almost allows us to embrace the transformative power of level 4, because level 4 gives us the ability to transcend. It gives us that ability to move and to operate. Level 4 is the guiding light. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to go back to the scriptures again. It almost reminds me of the wise men who followed the star. This is an important level where you follow the star, but the only thing about it is the star is you. When you are on your journey towards mental ascension, you will encounter many profound insights and boundless growth. You have to have an open mind to really embrace this and really embrace who you are. Every level that we go to will show you a new level of yourself. It will show you a new level about yourself. It would also show you something that you've never seen before. The higher you go up, the more knowledge, wisdom is revealed to you. The more it's revealed to you, the more revelation knowledge is released. The number 4 is like, it reminds me of the 4 pillars. So we have north, south, east, west. We have the 4 elements. We have the 4 seasons of life: spring, summer, winter, fall. We have the 4 seasons. This number 4 is a very sacred number. The number 4 is a number of work. It's a number of work. It's a number of going beyond measure to put in the work. It's about knowledge ascending towards our highest realms of enlightened consciousness. But it gives us such great ability, great knowledge and wisdom to encounter that level of ourselves. We're at a number 4. At a number 4, I'm very conscious of where I'm going. I'm very conscious of how am I meeting life. It's not about how life is meeting you, but how are you meeting life? Tell life how you want to live. Don't let life live you. This mental capacity that we're on, this ability to transcend, is absolutely phenomenal. As mental alchemists, we understand the power of our thoughts and beliefs. We recognize that our mind is the foundation upon which our reality is built. By engaging in mental ascension, we refine our thoughts and align them with our true desires, laying the groundwork for the manifestation of our dreams. You know, I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody manifest their goals and their dreams, but you got to put the work in. Nothing comes from nothing. But when I sow a thought, I'll reap a manifestation. And so my level of manifestation, my level of being able to magnetize these things to me are 100%, 100% guaranteed. I'm able to create the experiences that I want to create in life. I'm able to have the things that I want to have. So I think that it's imperative that we follow our heart's desires. And we go after the things that make us who we are. Level 4 reminds me of the importance of discipline and structure in our mental ascension journey, right? Discipline, right? Discipline is very hard to discipline yourself. It's very hard to know something is right, know what to do, but then to give yourself the accountability to do it. But there's a reward in being disciplined. There's a reward in being stable. There's a reward in being organized. You know, do you know how much money people make who their sole job in life is to bring organization to people's lives? People have so much clutter, chaos. They would pay any amount of money to have somebody bring organization into their lives. And I think that it's something that's phenomenal to see, to have, to be, to do, to have in that retrospect of me being able to do all that I want, all that I am, all that I have created, and that I'm able to still at the same level serve humanity with my gift. But my gift, of course, is to organize people's lives. And I think that it's a wonderful thing to be able to do that and to be able to have that ability. North, South, East, and West are very, very interested. I would say very hold a very deep and metaphysical and mystical meaning in various scenarios. These directions are often associated with the symbolic elements. North, and I wanted to kind of go into this a little bit. North, in many ways, is associated with the element of earth, and it symbolizes stability. Why? Because something that's stable. When you're going to stabilize something, you're going to make sure that it's mounded down and that it's not going to be able to move, that it's going to be secure. It represents the physical realm and often associated with qualities such as patience, practicality, abundance. North is also linked to the energy of winter, representing introspecting, preservation, and wisdom gained through experience. So now when it talks about winter, of course, I would say the first thing that comes up to me would be Capricorn, because, in the East Coast right now, they're still going through winter weather, and we're already in February. But the North would would be considered connected to winter. Metaphysically, north is also associated with the aspect of the self that deals with practical matters, physical well-being, and the manifestation of our desires. So when you are calling money, when you are speaking to money, when you are manifesting things, and you're saying that I want these things to come from the north, south, east, and the west, keep in mind on the spiritual connotation when we discuss it today, what that would mean. East. Now, out of all of these, East to me would be the most sacred to me, and I'm going to explain why. East is closely associated with the element of air. It symbolizes new beginnings, inspiration, and enlightenment. It represents the realm of the mind and intellect and is often associated with the qualities such as clarity, vision, and expansion. The East is also linked to the energy of sunrise, representing renewal, hope, and the birth of new possibilities. But now I will tell you this. East always means to go within. Whenever you see the word East in the Bible, whenever you see the word East, I'm going to teach a class called the hidden meanings of the Bible, where we're going to go over all the words and what they mean from a metaphysical standpoint, so that you can have your as I would call a cheat sheet of what words mean when you're reading the Bible. See, when you learn the hidden meanings of the Bible and you start reading them with a different lens, the Bible becomes a wonderful, phenomenal book to you, because you're not taking the book literally anymore. You're reading it from a mystical, metaphysical standpoint. But when you see the word east means to go within. East is also, as I said, connected to the aspect of self that seeks knowledge, understanding, and spiritual growth. It is a direction that encourages us to embrace new ideas, explore different perspectives, expand our consciousness. The East reminds us to cultivate curiosity, open-mindedness, and a sense of wonder as we embark on that spiritual journey. Um, and so that will be considered what East is connected to. The South is associated with the element of fire, and it symbolizes passion, transformation, validity. It represents a realm of emotions and is often associated with the qualities such as courage, creativity, and self-expression. Listen, inside of you are all of these elements, or all of uh, these directions: north, south, east, and the west. I just wanted to look at these and kind of give you a spiritual connotation for them, because we call out north, south, east, and the west all the time. But I believe that we're going to go a little deeper to get a little deeper understanding of sometimes what are the things that we're seeing. The south is also likened to the energy of summer, representing growth, passion, and full expression of our authentic selves. The south is connected to the aspect of self that deals with emotions, desires, and personal powers, and it is a direction that encourages us to embrace our passions, ignite our inner fire, and express ourselves authentically. The South reminds us to be courageous, embrace change, cultivate a vibrant and passionate life. That's the South. The South. And now we go to the West. The West is closely associated with the element of water, and it symbolizes emotions. Now understand this. I just read the South, and the South says that it was connected to the self that deals with emotions, desires, and personal powers. Now, I just wanted to make this clear, because the emotions that it speaks about with the South is from a passionate, uh, fiery, I would say, very um, optimistic, um, very, very passionate, energetic emotions. Now, when we go to the West and it talks about the element of water and it symbolizes emotions, it's talking more from a intuitive or a spiritual connotation with the emotions. So your emotions are more eternal. They're not the fiery, passionate, energetic. They're more intuitive. They're more of a emotional to where you're very sympathetic. You can be an empath, so to speak, where you as the West is concerned of the element of water, you kind of draw and pull into everything. Everything around you comes around you. It's like it takes a toll on you, because you're that sympathetic, that of much of an empath. Intuition, it also rules healing, right? So these are the elements that represent the North, the South, the East, and the West. And then also the West represents the realm of the subconscious mind, and is often associated with the qualities such as adaptation, introspection, and emotional well-being. The West is also linked to the energy of sunset, representing release and also the integration of our experiences. So we have those four elements. We have those four directions. Inside of those elements, we also have the four seasons. There's so now I don't really have time to go into it today, but if you look on this YouTube channel, uh, I teach on the four seasons, which means that everybody in our life is going through the four seasons. You need to know if you're in the summer of your life, are you in the fall of your life, are you in the spring of your life, or are you on the winter of your life? And we really go in there pretty and give out, some insight on those things so that you know where you are. It's very, very important that you know where you are. We started on level 1. We're on level 4 now. And that organization and stability is very important. It's very, very important. Um, Anybody who's ever did anything, you feel a little nervous if the person at the helm is not stable, if the person at the helm doesn't have any organization. You don't want anybody driving a car that doesn't have the stability to drive the car, the organization to drive the car is unorganized, unstable. That's an accident waiting to happen. And so the same thing in your life. The same thing happens in your life. How could you expect your life to be stable, to be organized, to be all of these things that we wanted to do when we have not taken the time to go in and organize our thoughts, organize our minds, organize our concepts, our thoughts, our beliefs, organize them and bring structure and organization to them, to organize them, to put them in order, to prioritize them. What's the most important thing in your life right now? Because I don't want life to live me. I don't want to live a reactive life. It means that everything life throws at me, I'm always reacting. I'm always in a reacting mode. I want to be the creator. I want to be the dictator, the architect. I want to be the one that I'm the one that's throwing things at life, and now life has to react, not the other way around. So I want to make sure that I'm connected in that way. Now I want to tell you this because, as I said earlier, this is one of the most important levels that we're on. The level 4 also deals with depression. If you're not careful in how you deal with this level, it can be very overbearing. Um, the level 4 deals with the place of a lot of times we don't want to do the work. And because we don't want to do the work, remember that what goes on the inside is a reflection of what goes on the outside. So if you're not doing any work on the inside, ain't nothing happening on the outside. And so you're not embracing organization and structure and stability can cause life, can cause the place now where you didn't prioritize. You didn't say what the most important thing in your life was. You didn't take ownership and not allow your thoughts to overthink you and to tell you how to move, but now you need to tell your thoughts how to move. And so you have to be careful on level 4 not to become overwhelmed, because it is a level where a lot of people do fight the challenges of depression. I know what I want in life. I know what I want to manifest. I know what I want to achieve. I know that I want to be successful. I know that I want to be wealthy. I know that I don't want to be sick. I want to be healed. I know all of these things. But it doesn't seem like things unfold the way that I want them to. Remember, my friend, you never get out of life what you want. You only get out of life what you become. You have to become that thing. You have to become structure. You have to become organization. You got to become stability. See, let me tell you the secret. The secret is, if you can become stability on the intangible realm, remember, you are a walking mirror. If you have it in your mindset, in your being, that you are secure, that all your needs are met, that you have what you need, you have more than enough, and you could really hold on to that thought. You can really hold on to that level of consciousness. What happens is the subconscious mind begins to maneuver, and on the theater of your mind, you are now tapping into divine mind. You're tapping into the universe, and now the universe says, wait a minute, this person is 100% secure in everything. And things will begin to happen in the physical reality, which we talked about, all the byproducts, that will come into place to kind of echo your stability. See, you don't want to get stability the opposite way. The stability is not to have the bank account with money in it. It's not to have the cars. It's not to have the house, because those are byproducts. Those are temporary. The stability you want is an intangible stability that, regardless of what happens, you're going to be able to have stability, because your stability was not given to you. It wasn't man-made. It didn't come from somebody helping you or somebody, because anything outside of yourself, that thing becomes a master over you. What are we going to do when we wake up one morning and the whole world is under a cyber attack and we can't use our phones and we can't use our debit cards and we can't use the telephone and we can't watch TV and there's no internet? What are you going to do? Some people will actually die if they can't use their phones, because we're so tapped into using our phones all the time. But what happens in that regard? Because I will tell you, my friend, those days are coming. They are coming ahead. And so what happens is, you don't want to be connected, or you don't want to be to the point where you're so connected on the physical realm that you don't have that intellectual, that inner stability, that inner structure, that inner organization, that no matter what happens on the physical realm, you'll still be able to maintain and you'll still be able to do things and be at the right place at the right time and to be able to do the things that you need to do, all because you are operating out of consciousness. You realize that consciousness was your only reality. And by consciousness being your only reality, you were able to transcend and move to a higher level, a deeper depth. I also wanted to look at just real quickly before we uh, shut this down, I wanted to look at the tarot card of the Emperor. The Emperor card is like a fatherly archetype, kind of a structure, authority, structure, leadership. It carries, the card carries a profound message about responsibility and protection. See, when you have see protection and responsibility, leadership, all of those things, yes, we will have those things. But stability will bring you the protection. You know, I hear people say all the time, I have job security. And I don't really know what that means, because the only job security that you have is the job security you have within. Because if you wake up tomorrow morning and we're under a cyber attack for 3 weeks to a month, then what are you going to do? We got to be able to operate from an inward perspective, as within, so without. The Emperor is the fourth card of the major arcana. It connects your ability to instruct and to guide others. In order to instruct somebody, you got to have discipline. You got to have order. You got to have a organization prioritizing things and putting things in perspective, right? I got to be able to put things in perspective. I got to know, what's important right now. What am I doing? That's why it's important to know where you are. So I would recommend those who, if this is their first time, scroll down on this YouTube channel and you will see the 4 seasons, and find out what season of life you're in, and know where you are, because you want to make sure that you are operating in the capacity that you need to operate in. That Emperor card also calls on you to elevate your use of authority. When you have discipline, structure, organization, stability, you have authority. You already have an authoritative power by who you are. You already have that. You already have that based on who you are. The Emperor card also encourages a reflection assessment as your role as a guardian, a mentor, a protector in various aspects of life. That's why this level 4 is so important. It's so many different. See, a lot of times, this is the level where you're at, where you can't fake it. You got to put the work in. You can't fake level 4, because level 4 is go hard or go home. You got to put the work in. This ain't for the faint at heart. This is for the people that want to go get it in life, the people that want to make it happen, the people that want to create their own reality. This is what this is about. It's about that. It's about me learning how to create my own reality, learning how to take the time to embrace the stability that I need, the structure, the prioritizing my life, my job. Some of us, we don't even realize that we have our priorities all messed up. We have so many things that we feel like are more important than other things. And then the things that should be the most important things, we have them as less important. Structure, stability, Prioritizing, putting yourself in the right place at the right time. When you change your priorities, you'll see your life change. Your habits will change. Your thoughts will change. Everybody has to put that definition down. What is stability? Stability must come from within. You never want to rely on a physical stability. Yes, we fall down, but we get back up again. I'm not afraid to fall. See, when you don't have stability, you're afraid to even get out there and work. You're afraid to even get out there and at least attempt to utilize things at a level 4 level, because you're afraid that, I may fall, I may fail, this may not work out for me. But when you understand who you are, when you have the stability, the organization, when you have the structure, starts day by day. Rome wasn't built in a day. This week, start putting together some structures. I'm going to wake up every day. I'm going to do this. You know what? I'm going to try to limit myself maybe to an hour or two of social media. I don't really want to be on my phones like that. I want to use all that time I use scrolling through my phone on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all of that stuff to start implementing on my career, my goals. Let me work on studying stocks and studying the different things that I want to get into. Let me put some information. Let me put something into giving myself time to meditate, time to lock in. Let me start studying and getting the knowledge and wisdom of the direction that I want my life to go into. Success doesn't come by mistake. It doesn't come by mistake. It comes on purpose. There's no accidents. There's no accidents. There's no mistakes in the universe. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's no accidents. There's no mistakes. With the Emperor card, as I said, it gives you the ability to tap into true leadership. It also deals with the nurturing, the empath. It also deals with the ability to lift others, and also people can trust you and give and also respect you. See, when we get to this level, we have to realize that your knowledge, your level of consciousness that you have evolved to, is now going to transcend your life in a different way. It's going to take you to a higher level now, where you're going to look at that organization, that prioritizing, putting things in perspective. You know what? Let me put a schedule together. I realize I waste a lot of time. I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of Netflix. I watch all these things that people watch. I watch Max, Apple TV. I watch all the channels. I watch everything. So that time that I spend on doing that, let me try to find a way to structure and change some things, because nothing changes if nothing changes. And so many of us are looking for the quick fix way on how to get to whatever it is that we want. But the quick fix way is quick and fixed if you go within. And you tap into that stability, you tap into that organization. I looked at they just I think last week they just revealed or revealed the statue of Kobe Bryant for the Los Angeles Lakers, and a lot of the players were talking about him, and they were just talking about his structure, his work ethic, his discipline, his structure, how he would be up at 5 o'clock in the morning shooting the basketball and practicing, while the team didn't come to practice till like 10 o'clock. So he was already there 5 hours before the team, and he's shooting around, practicing. If he was playing an opponent who was very difficult, he would, set aside months in advance to try to break down to how to be a better player against this player. His work ethic, his discipline, his structure. And I listened to some of his coaches, and they were talking about when you get to that level where you're focused and where you are thriving to go after what it is that you want, and you're not going to let anybody or anything get in the way, at some point, it's like you tap in, and it's almost like you black out. Nobody can stop you. You don't hear anybody talking. You're just full-fledged going after what it is that you want. Listen, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. The more time you spend on focusing on the inward side of yourself, of the structure, the stability, the prioritizing your life and putting things in perspective, those of you that are couples, I believe that I find it very ironic that couples do what they need to do to get together. They go on dates, they go out and have a good time, and then as soon as they get married or as soon as they become into a monogamous relationship, everything stops. The same thing you did to get the woman is the same thing you need to do to keep the woman. You don't stop. The same thing we did to get to this level of consciousness, we don't stop because we got to level 4. We still utilize level 1, level 2, level 3, and we allow that to transcend as we go higher. Organization, prioritizing. What's the most important thing in your life? Is it your health? Is it your job? I need to find a husband. I need to find a wife. I'm tired of being lonely. There's no right or wrong answer because you create your own reality. And where you are in consciousness and where you want to go in consciousness will determine where you are. Never judge anybody else and never let anybody else judge you or make you feel a certain way because what may seem like you're not at the place that they're at. Never let anybody intimidate you. Because I tell you this, the people that you think have it all together, I can guarantee you they don't have it together. And that's a fact. I was blown away. And I never and this is amazing to me. While living in Las Vegas, I was one of the security supervisors at the MGM. And I used to do security for a lot of the celebrities. And what I found out is that these rich and famous and wealthy celebrities are actually miserable. And I couldn't believe it. I can't believe, and it's not just one or two. It was like all of them. It's like every time I met somebody who was rich and famous, who was wealthy, behind the closed doors, they were miserable. And I didn't understand that you have all the money in the world. You have everything you need. You can do whatever you want to do. You don't have to worry about anything. You have so much money, you can just fly to Paris tomorrow and then go to Morocco Wednesday. You can do whatever you want to do and not have a care in the world. But they were miserable. And what I realized is that, yes, they had the finances. Yes, they had everything on the physical side. But they were empty on the inside. They didn't have it on the inside. They didn't have the stability. They didn't have the security. They didn't have the stability. They didn't have the structure. They didn't have the discipline. They were miserable. I watched how so many kids who were born in rich and famous families end up on drugs and alcoholics and didn't understand why. You have everything that you would need, but guess what? They didn't have everything they needed because what they needed was everything on the inside. They had everything on the outside. And that's why I want you guys to understand and know that the inside will always outweigh and supersede the outside. The inside will always outweigh and supersede the outside. And I mean, I've done security for the Kardashians. I've done for Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mariah Carey. I've done Usher. I've done Ludacris, Little John. I've done Prince Harry from London. I've done Jennifer Lopez. I've done a lot of the EDM people. I've done Will Smith. Miserable, and I couldn't understand it. But a lot of them have it on the physical side, but don't have it on the spiritual side. I don't want to live like that. I want to live in peace and harmony, and I want to get it the way that I'm supposed to get it. I don't want to have to take pills to go to sleep at night and take pills to get up at night and take pills to be happy and take pills to be calm. I don't want to have to go through that. And so it really puts things in perspective for you to look at this and really say what's my priority? What's really my priority here? What's really uh what's really my focus here? What's really going on here for me? Because I need to focus on the inside job. I need to focus on making sure that I'm good inside. You know, when people come to me for a consultation and their life is falling apart, they say, "Oh my God, my life is falling apart. Everything that I'm trying to hold together is just falling apart. Everything is just, oh my God, my family, my marriage, everything is just falling apart." And the first thing I tell them to do is sit down. Let's talk about you. Don't tell me about what everything else is going on. Don't tell me about your husband. Don't tell me about your family. Don't tell me about your mother, your father, your kids. Let's talk about you. Because the reason why things are falling apart, the reason why there's no stability, the reason why things are unorganized, the reason why there's no structure is because of you. And guess what? When we get you together and get some organization, get some structure, get some discipline, guess what'll happen? All of those things that you telling me fall apart will start coming back into play and fall back into the way that it's supposed to be. Such is life. So I say that to say that to you guys, and that I this level is very important. You have to really be careful to not overwhelm yourselves, but to put the work in. Take it step by step, day by day. Take small steps to utilize and get the things that you need from the inward, from the spiritual realm, so that you can now start creating and pulling in the things that you need and pulling in the things that you need. Everything that you need, you already have it within you. As a matter of fact, all of these things that I'm teaching on my YouTube channel, I'm not teaching you nothing new. The only thing I'm doing is bringing back to remembrance the things that you already knew, but you forgot about it. So I'm just bringing it back to your remembrance. I'm not teaching you nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm just allowing you to get to the place where it's bringing you back to remembrance so that you can remember, oh, yes, this is something that I need to have. I need to have stability. And let me tell you something. Anybody who has an ear, listen to what I'm saying. This is a very important level we're on, because the times are coming ahead of us where there will be, and there could be, some sort of cyber attack. There could be, those of you that watch the movie Leave the World Behind, this could be something that really happens. And if it does happen, what are you going to do? We're not going to panic. We're not going to run around crazy screaming. No, we're going to operate in the way that we would operate, because guess what? We operate from the inward out, not from the outward in, which means that when things happen on the outside, we don't react to them. We create and begin to delegate and begin to direct and call into existence the things that we need to happen. But we operate from the inside in, from the inside out, not from the outside in. And so we get into those things, we get into the places where we begin to look at this from this perspective. But I wanted to give that to you today, that teaching, as we're on level 4. Take this week and delve into level 4 and allow it to connect with you, allow it to grasp you, and write down your priorities. Write down the things that you need to do. What kind of structure can I bring in my life? Everybody can need structure, myself included. Everybody needs discipline. Everybody needs some kind of organization. But when we take the time to do it, believe me, you will see a great benefit in your life. You will see things happening. You will see things unfolding. Some of the frustrations you have is because at this level, this is where we are. I guarantee you start working with organization, you start working with your prioritizing and getting things in order, and watch how the doors begin to open up. Watch how things begin to happen, because you're doing everything on the inward level first. That's how it works. That's the magic to it. That's the secret to life. Inside out, not outside in. And so with that, I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I don't want to hold you too much longer. I'm definitely forever grateful of the time that we spend every week working and dealing with all of these great teachings and levels of mystery and mysticism that we embark on, looking at things from a metaphysical perspective and really delving in and diving in on a deep dive into all of these things. And so I'm forever grateful that you took the time out of your busy schedule. If this teaching or any of these teachings have been beneficial to you, or you know they will be beneficial to somebody, your friends, your family, co-workers, go ahead and share the link with them. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. It's forever grateful, and we appreciate it. We're going to get into our circulation now. If this is your first time listening, if you want to be a blessing, if you want to donate to our ministry, if you want to be a part of our circulation, where we believe that whatever we release out of our hands, it will circulate back to us 100-fold return. We believe that the word circulation means to go back to its original point of origin, which means that whenever I release something out of my hands, it's going to come back to me and 100-fold return. We speak that into existence, and we believe that. We're still working with the $26 seed. Those of you that would like to sow that seed of $26, some of you may want to sow more than $26. Somebody may be saying, I don't have $26. Whatever it is that you want to show, whatever your heart's desire is, remember that whatever you put out, it will return back to you a 100-fold return. And we speak it into existence. We thank you for your donations. We thank you for those who are sowing your seed. There's 3 ways that you can sow your seed, and you can donate and you can give. The first way is going to be Cash App, which is $TOESC. That's $TOESC. And then we also have Zelle, and we also have PayPal. Zelle and PayPal are connected to our email, which is going to be info, INFO, @TOESC.org. Once again, that's info, INFO, @TOESC.org. Once again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in to another great teaching. I want you to know this one thing: your destiny is not a matter of chance, but it's a matter of choice. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.